Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats, you know that we gotta run it back. Whether on the field or the court, you know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, what's good, everyone? Welcome back to another Live Wire Sports Media, and I'm here to do another drop update for ya. So since Caitlin Clark have, I guess you could say, denied Unrivaled to participate in a upcoming league in January, there's been a lot of rumors, a lot of noise, a lot of things circulating around saying that, hey, you know, Caitlin Clark was offered this. Now A'ja Wilson was offered more than Caitlin Clark. And should this person be offered more? Should A'ja Reese be? So to me, this is what I'm going to say to the whole situation. Unrivaled wanted Caitlin Clark. They wanted Caitlin Clark more. Because when they signed A'ja Reese, they didn't factor in paying A'ja Reese. She just joined. During the offseason, A'ja Wilson said she was not participating in Unrivaled. Okay? So, the whole talk was about Caitlin Clark the whole offseason, about joining Unrivaled, joining this team to help uplift it, to grow the game. But we already seen that how, like I said, I don't have nothing against Nafisha Carter, but at the same time, her, Breanna Stewart, Cheryl Reese, all of them, if they wanted Caitlin Clark to grow the room again, they pretty much should have had her on the Olympic team. That's just my take. They should have had her on the Olympic team. You know why? Because the fact of the matter is that if you had her on the Olympic team, then the spotlight would have been bigger and y'all would have got more out of the situation than it is. Now that with the new CBA for the WNBA coming ahead, now most likely all these women are going to try to sign one-year deals to figure they're going to get paid more. And that's not going to work like that, because there's a tier within the CBA when it comes is that you have to, it's going to be levels how you get paid. And most likely, Caitlin Clark is going to be the highest paid player in the league. It's not going to be close. Now, people will say, well, A'ja Wilson, she won this, she won that. Yeah, that's fine and look good. It doesn't, that's not how it works. And just to have Stewie to come out and push Caitlin aside in the beginning, and then also you come up with this Unrivaled League, and you think that she was just going to accept whatever offer you give her and to say, hey, you know what? You're going to help the league. You've been doing this. You've been rocking out. We see what you're doing. But no, because these women do not want Caitlin Clark to be better than them, which they can, which is, I mean, at the end of the day, they don't have no choice because she's a levels above everybody, you know, the way she's making moves. So apparently, Unrivaled offered Caitlin Clark $1 million in equity. Now, could that be just $1 million in ticket sales, combined ticket sales, jerseys, you know, whatever the case, TV ratings or whatever the case might be, instead of paying her, actually money. But why would she took that deal where she could have took Ice Cube's deal that was much more promising, much better than that, when he offered her $5 to $7 million plus ownership and revenue sharing? That's almost like what Messi got. So that means every jersey sale, every sellout, every TV rating, no matter how much money the team makes or whatever, she's going to have ownership part in it, and she's going to make a lot of money. So on top of the $5 to $7 million, she could have probably eclipsed I said 10 million. Let's say 10 million by the end of that. But she declined that down. So therefore, why would Unrivaled think she was going to just bow down to to play for that league when you knew good and well she had a better offer in the beginning of the season at the same time? And see, this is my thing. CBS came to the table with Ice Cube to offer her. Now, I know that the NBA has been, shunning Ice Cube and the Big Three for a while, and I knew they wouldn't have been happy if they had somebody like Caitlin Clark, part of that league, and then all of a sudden, hey, you're getting a better deal than you would get from anywhere else, even the NBA. So I want to take a look at this article because this article came out by Sports, I think it was Sports Business Journal, and they're the one first. They broke it earlier. So it says Asia Wilson, Caitlin Clark turned down participating in Unrivaled. I believe they did it. They did have offer more. They offer Asia Wilson more than Clark, because I know what they offer Asia Wilson. A source close to the Wilson said they have a lot. They have a lot of money, and they offer her a lot more. I don't know about that per se. If they had a lot of money to offer, because if they did have a lot of money to offer, why they didn't offer it to Caitlin? You know what I'm saying? Why they didn't offer it to Caitlin? Why they didn't make her a better offer? Because they didn't want her to make more. And this is where the competition thing comes in at. And I said this before. I said this time and time again. The biggest competition to Caitlin is Audra Wilson. And when it comes to popularity, because no matter what, Audra Wilson thinks that, she has accomplished stuff. And I'm not going to knock her accomplishments. But what sets her different from Caitlin is her personality, the way she takes shots, the way she dig. You know what I'm saying? And it's just fathomable to see how you want to grow the game, but you want to show a level of jealousy because you think that you superior. That doesn't make you superior. Because Caitlin Clark is 22, Audra Wilson is like 28. She almost in her 30s. How much more you think she's going to be able to carry? If she was in the face of the league when she came in the league, she ain't going to be the face of the league now. And pretty much, I can say this, her championship window might have been closed already, unless she go to a team to build a super team. Because if Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever goes on to win the WNBA title next year in Stephanie White's first year, what can anybody in the league say? Because guess what? It's going to show Alyssa Thomas. It's going to show Dejanay Carrington. It's going to show all of them in Connecticut. You're seeing how it all backfired when the Liberty won the title. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you looking at it from a standpoint is that Caitlin Clark is what everybody's striving to be. You can't sit there and pretend that, hey, Caitlin Clark is not doing this. She's not moving the needle, or she's not selling out. If you look at Caitlin Clark's team has sold out every arena away and at home this year. Now, I think the Las Vegas Aces Stadium is it's I think it's what the Michelob Ultra Arena. It holds. Think of how much it holds. It seats 12,000. Think what? Yeah, it seats 12,000. That's not even half of what Caitlin Clark has been doing. They almost been selling out home and away, almost 20,000, 17 plus. That's 5,000 more. The Aces do not play into a stadium. They play in an arena. If you want to be able to sell out like that, move into a bigger stadium. The only time the Aces they selling out those small arenas because they don't have it. It's not there. If they played, say if an NBA team was in Las Vegas and they played in that stadium, it might have been different. But it's not. It's not at all. Caitlin had teams moving their games. Now, the Sky didn't move. Well, I think they moved their last game. But they didn't move the other two games. Every time Caitlin Clark hits the road, boom, it's a sellout. You set record gates in for the Liberty. You had the Atlanta Dream. You had the Washington Mystics moving the arena. So what are we really talking about? My thing is this here is that if we sit here and think about, oh, well, Agent Wilson is the needle mover. Now, if Unrivaled did, and I'm not saying if it's true or not, if Unrivaled did offer her more than Caitlin Clark, it just goes to show you how they felt like Aja Wilson would have been complaining if Caitlin got more money than them. And that's what it came down to. Caitlin would have got more money to them, more money than anybody in the league, and they would have complained about it. And the reason why they didn't pay Angel Reese more, should Angel Reese have got more? Yeah, she has a bigger fan base. Same thing with Caitlin Clark. But they're not going to pay them. They wasn't going to pay them. You know why? Because the fact of the matter is that Angel Wilson is jealous, and she would have complained the whole time about everything. She would have complained about the whole time. And if you think about this, merchandise sales, Caitlin Clark has the top selling in Jersey, Angel Reese is second, Sabrina Ionescu is third, Kate Martin is fourth, and Angel Wilson is fifth. Your own teammate has a better jersey sale than you. And you think that Caitlin Clark was going to just play for Unrivaled just for $1 million of equity? That's not nothing. Hell, she probably made more than that than anything. So doing her off-season stuff, playing in 2 Pan Ams, everything. Now that word is out that she's already a part of an ownership group, you know what I'm saying? She joins a expansion bid to bring a female soccer. She's part of an ownership group to bring a soccer team to Cincinnati. And you think she was worried about playing in Unrivaled when she's doing something that half of these other women in the league ain't doing? Yeah. Angel Reese she's marking herself in other areas, but Caitlin Clark is marking herself in the business aspect all across the board. This is something that Angel Wilson, her personality nobody wants to deal with her. Yeah, she might be on these black platforms, but she's not gonna get into she can't navigate her way into some of these white businesses to have more of more of a say, or more of appeal, because people don't like her personality. That's the thing that I'm telling you. Your personality precedes you, and it makes you less appealing if you have these kind of attitudes, these agendas, and all of this stuff going on with you. And then the comments that Agent Wilson already says about, certain white players have white privilege, people stay away from that. Yes, you might be in CarMax commercials, here and there, or a Nike commercial. Nike's trying to appease her and shunning Caitlin Clark off by herself when you got State Farm and Panini and Wilson out here promoting Caitlin Clark like it ain't nobody's business. To me, Caitlin Clark, I feel should get her manager, whoever it is, and just promptly find a way to get out of that contract with them and find a new shoe deal. Because if Nike ain't gonna do her right, and Nike's scared to upset Agent Wilson, then guess what? That just going to show your loyalty to one of the best young superstars that has come into the league. It doesn't make sense. So, what I'm saying? So it to me, it doesn't make sense to anything that they talking about. So I just feel like at the end of the day, Unrivaled don't have Agent Wilson. It doesn't have Caitlin Clark. And I don't think they will have ever. I think they would never ever have Caitlin Clark. I think for this article to pretty much came out. Let me see if I can find it and pull it up and read more of it real quick. Let me see if I can look into it real fast. Let me go back because I have so much stuff. All right, yeah, I got it right here. So like I said, Sports Business Journal came out with this report. And then ESPN did report it on there, and it says that while ESPN reported this afternoon that Clark has declined to pass on Unrivaled, sources recently telling Sports Business Journal that Clark was offered about $1 million plus equity in the business. Other sources now telling Sports Journal that they believe Wilson offer was more money was offer was for more money than Clark. Although this is unconfirmed, but either way, Wilson was determined to take the winner off. And it said the reason why Agent Wilson did not want to play is because she likes to rest her body. She doesn't like to play year round. This is one reason why she don't like to play overseas. She want to keep her body intact. She's going for longevity. That's what it seems like. She's an outlier of where just on pure basketball, it's a 3-on-3 league and it's not a 5-on-5. So that's one thing. But she's really busy in the off season, and it just was not a great fit for her. But someone say, I believe they did offer more than Clark because I know what they offer Audra. They have a lot of money, and they offer her a lot of money, and the person said, I was even just like, oh, you sure you don't want to do this? But I also understand she really values her all season, and that's where she has risen her game. If you haven't noticed, when she come back adding a few things to her game. Anyway, so I mean, you could take it for what you're worth. You can believe it, not believe it. Me personally, I kind of think they did offer. I think they did offer Asia Wilson more behind the scenes, because for Asia Wilson to join Unrivaled, you know for a fact she wanted to have more money than Clark. If they had signed Asia Wilson before Clark, trying to get Clark, and they say, oh well, guess what, Asia Wilson, we're gonna sign you to this deal right here. But then they came back with Clark and said, we're gonna offer you this. Asia Wilson would have been pissed. She would have had a problem with it. And this was a good look for Caitlin Clark to decline it, because the fact of the matter is, why be in a competition with somebody that really doesn't like you? And no matter what you do or don't do, they're going to have an issue with you anyway. So the fact of the matter is that Caitlin Clark bowed out and took her ball and said, you know what, I got other things too. So, and like I said before in the beginning of this video, this league is going to come down to Caitlin versus Aja. It's not going to be Caitlin versus Sabrina. It's not going to be Caitlin versus Brianna. It's not going to be Caitlin versus Paige. It's not going to be Caitlin versus Juju. It's not going to be Caitlin versus Asia Reese. This league is going to come down to who in the hell is the best player in this league. Now, we can sit here and say Caitlin Clark was a rookie last year. Aja Wilson, she broke a bunch of records, all of this stuff. She got two WNBA titles. That's all fine and good. But I can tell you this. Caitlin Clark is coming, and she's coming fast. And I can guarantee you, she's going to win the MVP this year. She's going to have a team in the playoffs and playing for a WNBA title. And that she wins the WNBA title and a route to being MVP, the one thing I can say to everything is that title of best in the world or best in the game is going to be short-lived for Aja Wilson, because guess what? She knows Caitlin Clark is a threat to anything she does in the league. You know what I'm saying? She's a threat to anything she does in the league. So I just suggest we just all pay attention to watch it unfold. But like I said, Caitlin Clark is out here making boss moves on top of boss moves, playing in golf tournaments. Now, part of an ownership bid to get a soccer team. Why would she need to play an Unrivaled? To me, and I'm glad she said no, because all they was going to do is use her popularity, her fan base, the same fan base they say is racist, and becoming after them. But they wanted that same fan base to be a part of rival when they had a problem with that fan base in the WNBA this year. See, it don't make sense. Because they knew the impact that Caitlin Clark had in the WNBA this year. They knew that. They knew the impact that she had. So therefore, they were like, you know what, hey. And I'm sure TNT said, if you could get Caitlin Clark, we make your pot a little bit sweeter. See if she'll play for this amount. Now, if TNT came out and said, we're going to offer Caitlin Clark about $5 to $6 million to play in Unrivaled, oh, it would have been on and popping. Aja Wilson would have been screaming. Because see, she started screaming when Caitlin Clark got that $28 million Nike deal. She started hollering. Then Nike had to back off and came out there with her signature shoe. But they said, well, her shoe was already in progress for a year. Okay, that's fine and good. I don't even care when it was in progress. The thing about it is, to me, is that we here now. So what's going to happen in the Future, I don't know. But I can tell you this. It's nothing stopping Caitlin Clark for doing what she got to do. And people think that she's not going to succeed, continues to succeed. If you think she broke a bunch of records in the W this year, wait till 2025 when her team is assembled and they blowing teams out and they mess around and go for almost an undefeated season. She's going to do something unprecedented that the WNBA has never, ever seen. Never, ever seen. This team coming out to win titles. It ain't just to make playoffs no more. They already did that. It's about doing rings now. And once all she got to do is get a couple of rings under her belt. Hell, if Caitlin Clark get 3 titles, 3 rings under her belt, she don't need no more because she's going to have all the records. She's going to have the championships. And guess what? You going to have to then guess what the conversation is going to be? You have to talk about her the best in the game, the best who ever did it. Now, if she goes on one of them, tears like Joe and Kobe get like 4 or 5 titles, then you know what we're going to say. You know what we're going to use that G word. Exactly. We're going to use that G word. So tell me what you think about all of this. Me personally, I'm glad she hasn't done it. I'm glad she's, doing other things, getting ready for the season. But like I told y'all before, this league is coming down to who's the best in the league. We can sit here and compare Caitlin Clark to everybody else. But we know the number one person that fears Caitlin Clark the most is Asia Wilson, because she knows Caitlin game. She knows Caitlin got game. Let me tell you something. Asia is not stupid by a long shot. She might play that role. She might say what she said in that media, but behind closed doors, she knows for facts. And I guarantee you, she's like, you know what? I'm gonna step my game up. This girl is coming. She's coming. And if she gets the team if Caitlin gets the team around her that like she had in Iowa and better, Aja Wilson already knows. And especially if the Vegas Aces lose Kelsey Plum, bruh, oh my God. Chelsea Gray ain't good no more to me. So I'm just saying, I'm calling it the way I see it. People might get mad. They want to think, like I said, they want to think Aja Wilson out here selling out arenas when they only hold 12,000 capacity. We already see the viewership records. We already see the attendance records. We don't even need to rehash all of that anymore. We already know what it is. It's the Caitlin Clark effect. And this is your boy, Live Wire Sports Media. And I'm out.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live Wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.